Sarah Zhang, professional Twitter name, that's Twiter, received no punishment from Twitter for absurd and racist comments that she made directed at white people. But when TJ Kirk, the amazing atheist parody, said tweets to the effect of fighting hate speech, his account is banned and all of his appeals get rejected. It was only through the actions of other Twitter accounts that he even got his account restored. And TJ points out that Twitter is sending out a clear message here.
Bigots are welcome on Twitter, but those who criticize bigots are not. Hate speech will get you a job at the New York Times. Fighting against hate speech will get your 9-year-old account with over 100,000 followers unceremoniously banned forever.
The events over the recent past have displayed numerous bans, channel strikes, etc., whatever have you. And TJ Kirk, as mentioned above, was banned on Twitter for satirizing what apparently is other parody tweets, according to Sarah Zhang. And as TJ also mentions, Alex Jones is banned from YouTube, Spotify, and iTunes on the grounds of incitement. Twitter also did a temporary ban on the same grounds. The tweet cited for this ban is as follows: "Now is the time to act on the enemy before they do a false flag. As I understand it, incitement entails a call to illegal activity, and fighting words are interpreted as those by their very utterance inflict injury or tend to incite an immediate breach of the peace." With those interpretations of incitement and fighting words, I'm not really led to believe that his tweets fall under incitement or even fighting words. Simply stating time to act could be defined in so many ways, and this enemy could be anyone. It could be even people that watch and follow his show. They could be their own enemies. So that right there, that just doesn't make me kind of believe it. I don't know. The fighting words doctrine originated out of the Chaplinsky v. State of New Hampshire in 1942. The case revolved around a Jehovah's Witness, Chaplinsky, being convicted for disturbing the peace when he yelled to the local sheriff, "You are a goddamn racketeer and a goddamn fascist," and so on and so forth from there. Since this time, the Supreme Court has began narrowing what was defined as fighting words, and thankfully so, because that seems really fucking Orwellian. In I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Terminillo v. Chicago in 1949, the majority sent this message: "The function of free speech under our system of government is to invite dispute. It may indeed best serve its high purpose when it induces a condition of unrest, creates dissatisfaction with conditions as they are, or even stirs people to anger. Speech is often provocative and challenging. It may strike at prejudices and preconceptions and have profound unsettling effects as it presses for acceptance of an idea. This is why freedom of speech, though not absolute, is nevertheless protected against censorship or punishment." Then the Gooding v. Wilson case of 1972 was essentially what did this doctrine in. Lewd, vulgar, and profane speech do not fall within the fighting words doctrine. What does qualify as fighting words still is abusive speech exchanged face-to-face to hopefully provoke a violent reaction. Nothing on the internet, even video chat, is face-to-face physically. No communication on there could be interpreted as fighting words. Aside from Twitter, these other sites stated hate speech as being the reasons for their bans, which we already went over how any internet conflict actually can't qualify as fighting words, but whatever. It's their policy. They have that right. Of course, I'm not arguing against that. But on a fundamental level, I disagree with these bans, especially when you see how inconsistent they are. And you can see that right there with the Sarah Zhang and TJ Kirk thing. You know, Sarah Zhang doesn't get banned for making racist joke tweets, as she claims, and TJ Kirk gets banned for making joke tweets. And it seems that even simply discussing the Alex Jones situation is enough to get you get the ban hammer, so to speak, from internet services. The H3 podcast on YouTube got shut down right in the middle of a stream and actually received a channel strike because they committed the offense of discussing the Alex Jones situation. To me, it seems like big tech, the new companies in big tech, Google, YouTube, what have you, they're working together with old media companies to essentially make the internet no different than what we get from TV. Just bland, bleached content that's cookie cutter, no character. They just want to make it as stale as CNN and Fox News, basically. And this all kind of reminds me of Adpocalypse that happened a little over a year ago, I believe it was. Could have been a little bit more than that, a little bit less. And these tech giants, they want to create a safe space for their advertisers to run their ads in and make sure nothing appears before any sort of tough content that might make you ask sort of tough questions, or any incendiary content. You know, you don't want a Coca-Cola ad popping up before a video that discusses Israel using white phosphorus, or Syria blockading Yemen and slaughtering people left and right, or United States drone programs killing innocent people left and right. Don't want to hear about that. You don't want your Coca-Cola ad to show up before that, do ya? YouTube, Twitter, not so much Facebook, but these places were made great because they were unfiltered places originally that produced real, raw content from the communities that they created. And this wasn't something we could get from TV or radio. And even now, it seems like we're starting to lose these great places as well. Now, they are shadows of their former selves. They're just funnels for the shit that we were trying to escape. Every video you see now on YouTube, it's, oh, go buy this, go get that, go get this service. Even in the videos, most videos, you see someone saying, hey, we have this service that we're offering through one of our advertisers or one of our sponsors. Go get it. We'll get you a special deal if you use this URL. And I'm not necessarily against that. I understand people need to make money, but that's kind of what we were trying to escape, wasn't it? With Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube all mostly being filled with ads now, it's pretty clear to me and a lot of other people how corrupted they are, and how they don't even give a single shit about the indie content creators that made these places great in the first place, that brought these platforms to where they are today. It's clear that they don't care about us, and I think content creators really need to consider options outside of these places if they have even a slightly controversial opinion. I mean, it's pretty clear, as Kyle Kulinski, a lot of his videos I watched, he's had to change the text on a lot of his videos just so they don't get blocked or censored from YouTube, or might just be for ad revenue, but I don't know. It just seems ridiculous to me. And then even with my own YouTube channel, like, I know I only have 28 fucking subscribers, so I'm like a dust mite on a flea on the ass of an elephant that is YouTube. I really highly doubt they even give a single shit about me or ever will, but this whole thing still leaves me a little worried, because it's not like my videos are family friendly in any sense. I swear on a regular goddamn basis in those videos. To quote George Orwell, if liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear. And I think that's something that we all need to remember, especially now.